Welcome back to the Custom Cup. It's race 3 of the season for the Toyota 350 from Richmond. It's the first ever stage race in Custom Cup history. It's an 80-lap event, but it will be split into 3 stages from this 3/4 mile oval known as Richmond Raceway. Not much to mention about this track, it's just a trial oval. As we prepare to go racing from Richmond, we're going to take a look at some track facts and some drivers to watch for, and of course some race analysis. Before the drivers to watch for, race info. Today's race is 80 laps. Stages are 25, 25, and then the last stage will bring us from lap 50 to lap 80. Some track information. It's a 3/4 mile asphalt oval. The start-finish line is not centered in the tri-oval. The straightaway is about 1,200 feet around this very well-maintained, good-looking, getting ready to go 3/4 mile track. Now we're going to take a look at some drivers to watch for. Our first driver to watch for, he won the Palm Springs 500 last week, is Ethan Hansen. He'll roll off the grid 11th, but he was 4th fastest in our practice session today. It'll be interesting to see what he can do here from Richmond. And the other driver to watch for, he had his second straight pole. He rolled off first at Coda last week and he won. Is starting first a good remedy for Addison Stone? We'll find out if he wins the race today. Now, we're going to go trackside for the new command to fire the engines. Grayson has...
Now, drivers, start your engines!
Command has been fired from Richmond. That was a much better command than the drivers like that. That was very bad, but it'll be 2 heavyweight drivers. Grayson Getz, he hasn't led a single lap this season, but he's the only driver who has finished top 5 in both of our races. If you didn't paying attention earlier, stage 1 goes to lap 25, stage 2 will take us to lap 50, and stage 3 will take us the last 30 laps up to lap 80. The pacing speed limit at Richmond is 45 miles an hour. The pace car is going to peel off. The cars speed up just a little bit to come into the tri-oval to take the green flag, and the green flag is in the air from Richmond. And they're all going to be side by side in turn number 1. Remember, we were looking at the practice. The outside line gets a really good launch off the corner, as everyone is side by side still. If Grayson Getz hits the stripe first, he's going to lead his first lap of the season. And he does hit the stripe first. That is the first lap that Grayson Getz has led. Almost clears the 15 of Addison Stone. He'll probably clear him off of this corner. Addison not able to fall in line. Now the 20's there. Now he's able to fall in line. But that 20's really running that high line. But the 21 of Grayson Getz is leading his first laps of the season. We already knew it wouldn't be long before he got his first win. Speaking of another guy who we expect to get a win sooner rather than later, is that 6 of Dave Hansen. As the top 4 go single file now. The only spot to make a pass is the outside. That 20 goes to the inside. And now the 15. The 6 almost got under the 15 there. There is a car on the high line there. That is the 5. Mid-pack, we're all single file right now. Ethan Hansen running 12th. And JC Giovanni in front of him in 11th. And Ethan's going to nudge him up the track a little bit there. And that 4 car is almost going to make it 3 wide there. Does fall back in line. Yeah, it's not a big gap. That 1 is going to clear the 9. Another 12. That high line is way faster than the inside here. Ethan Hansen's going to need to figure out a way to get up there. He's gonna have room here. Watch him come off the corner. No, the 18 got there. The 9 car having problems. Well, not problems, but he needs to figure out how to get to that high line before the gap gets too big. Luckily, the stage racing should help him when we get to the yellow. He's able to get his own line going now. I think he'll be good and settle in. Now we go back up towards the front, with the 20s all over the bumper of the 21 right now. As the top 5 is starting to build a little bit of a gap back to the 5. The top 6 cars are starting to break away from the rest of the field, Addison. This will give you our first flyby of the day. Did you see the gap there? Go back here. That is the 4 of Delaney Lombardo. We have not mentioned that name at all this year. Yeah. How about Lucas Hansen also? Not the best day so far for Ethan Hansen, but maybe the stage racing can get him on the high line, get him a couple spots. Addison Stone, not in first, but definitely a solid day still. He's running third at the moment. The field's going to work their way into 3 and 4. Does the 20 ever take a peek to the high line coming off a corner? The gap to the 7th placer, the separation from 6th to 7th is starting to grow. We have a 6-car breakaway forming at Richmond. That 24 back in 16th right now. That 2 of Mason Simser, another name we haven't said much. He's running top 5. There's a lot of names we haven't said much running solid races. I think Grayson Getz is definitely the championship contender to watch right now. He's definitely the driver to beat in the season right now. He doesn't have a win, but he is the only guy that's finished top 5 in every race. And this car is capable of getting another one. There goes the 20. He thought about it, going to the outside. Passing here is so hard. You need to get to the outside somehow. Yeah. And then as they work their way into 3 and 4, coming to lap 17 out of 25 in the first stage. Will the pit stops be in effect? We know the 15's pit crew very, very strong. And now the 2 is going to peel off to the inside, but as always, the outside line is just faster on the straightaways. And now if he can't break in line, that 17 is going to fall in line behind the 2. Six-car breakaway is starting to continue. They work their way into the corner. Turns 1 and 2. Off of 1 and 2. We'll take a look back in the mid-pack, see what is going on midfield. Another confusing move by Ethan Hansen, taking it to the inside on a straightaway. Probably the biggest no-no on this track is running the inside on a straightaway here. There is some side-by-side action. That's 12 of Carter Simser. He's been fast. not top 5 fast, but he's had a couple top 10s. Running side by side with the one JC Giovanni. And he's gonna get to the high line. Yes. That does not happen a lot on this track, passing on the inside. But it has just been done. Lap 22 out of 80, coming to 3 laps to go on stage number 1. Does one of these guys go for the stage win? The 20 is there. Very hard to pass at Richmond. If this was a track where it was easy to pass on, this race would be a lot more fun than it was. 2 laps to go now on stage number 1. I think the 21's gonna have it. That lead about a car length. There goes the 6 to the inside of the 15, but I think the outside line once again will be too fast. There's the white flag in stage number 1. So next time by, it'll be the end of the stage and into the final corner. No challenge from the 20. Grayson Getz off the final corner. It's gonna win stage number 1 at Richmond. Grayson Getz, your stage 1 winner. He led every single lap of the stage, but he never built much of a gap as the rest of the field completes their final lap of the stage. And it looks like everyone's showing signs of pitting. I think everyone's pitting. Some of the cars slow on pit entry. No issues getting on pit road for anyone, that's good. But it is a cluster on pit road. Every car on the track is in pit road right now. And the question is, who gets off pit road first? Will it be our pole sitter? And the 15 is going to come off pit road right where he left off in 3rd. The only big change is the 17 lost a couple spots. I believe the 9 dropped a little bit too, but not a ton. As that concludes our first round of pit stops. As Grayson Getz will have the lead coming back to the end of this stage. Thoughts on the race so far?
Not any thoughts so far other than Richmond getting to the last. But this is a contender.
Yeah, well, top 5 both races. You don't see him, but he's there. Especially at tracks like Coda, where the cars get so spread out. Yeah, his pace car lights are going to continue to be on from Richmond. Now we get the lights off. Lights are still on from the pace car. They'll probably go off this time by. Lights off on the pace car. Next time around, we'll go green. off of turn number 4. Green flag is back in the air from Richmond. Stage number 2 is underway. That 21 gets the lead. They started single file, but there are cars moving around trying to get positions back. But it's still the 21 that Grayson gets. As we look back in 8th, Carter Simser, good stop, gained some spots. Delaney Lombardo having a solid day. She's in 7th. And the 21 and the 20 are still bumper to bumper for the lead. As they're going to work their way. Do we get any passing opportunities, or do we run single file the entire stage again? That's the question. If the AI in this game were able to recognize it and recognizes the high line is faster, they'd probably run it. But everyone just runs the inside, no matter what. He pulls back down. That 21 got a little bit of a gap there, up to about a car length and a half. That's how they measure gaps, on like when they're close together. That gap probably back down to a car length in that corner, maybe 2. Yeah, he's definitely has a very strong car. Not a great day for Ethan Hansen. This will put Grayson Getz in the championship lead, depending on what happens in this last half of the race we have left. There goes the 20. What happened? Why did the 21 stay to the inside? Can the 20 get to his outside? But no, he's going to hang in there. Scary situation for the 21. He must have gotten loose off the corner. But that 2 car length gap is now evaporated, and we are bumper to bumper again. No mistakes in the trial with that time. And once again, it's a 5-6 car breakaway from Richmond. I think these are the fast 5. Yeah. It was 6, but that 17 was barely hanging on there. Yeah. Sims are going to get by the 4 here, possibly. No, the 4 is going to clear him. And cut down in front of him. Now that 17's in the perfect opportunity to gain a couple spots back. He's on the outside, which is faster. It's faster, not as fast in the corners, but on the straightaways, especially this front straight. It's very quick. Big run off the corner for the 17. And he's able to slide in front of the 12. Not a terrible day, but definitely not his best. Back to the front of the field again. The 21 and the 20 still nose to nose with about 6 laps left in stage number 2. Fastest lap of the race isn't even in the top 10 right now. The 18 of Jack LeClaire running 11th has the fastest lap of the race. Five-car breakaway forming at Richmond. These cats will cross the stripe. We'll give you another flyby of the whole field. Oh, and look at this, the 20. Thought about taking a peek to the outside, but it wasn't there. Two, not going to be able to hang in there on the inside. Loses a lot of ground on that 6 car. A 2 tried to take a peek to the inside. It still wasn't there. It'll be white next time by. It'll be the last lap of stage number 1. And the white flag in stage number 1 has been flied. I like to throw it when they're on the backstretch. That way everyone gets a chance to cross the line before the yellow comes out. Like I'll throw it right about now. I need challenge from the 20 for the lead. At the end of stage number 2, it's going to be Grayson Getz winning the first 2 stages. This is the biggest stop of the race. This is probably the last stop of the race. And track position so important. If you don't get off pit lane first, you most likely won't win this race. Car is pulling into pit road. Big pit stop coming up here from Richmond. Pit signs are going down. Who's going to get off first? Is the 20 going to beat him? The 20 is going to get off pit road! He only lost 2 spots. I think he beat the 5 off. No, he had to let the 5 go by, but the 15 still running 6th. One way or another. But the 20 of Chris LeFlair sneaks by on a huge pit stop and steals the race lead. Ethan Hansen, our last 2 weeks ago win. He won 2 weeks ago. He'll stay in 16th. His pit crew did a solid job keeping him where he was. Huge pit stop for the 20. Lights are still on the pace car. Pace car lights are off. It'll be a 25 lap shootout by the time this pace car pulls in and we go green. For the first time this race, the leader is not the 21 coming back to the green flag. Great pit stop for the 20, but can he make it pay off? Green flags back in the air for stage number 3. Solid start for the 20. It's going to be too hard to pass, though. That's the thing. That's why track position is important. And now, look at the 20. He's actually maybe the only reason why he wasn't in. Maybe the only reason why he wasn't in first. Dave Hansen to the inside. Maybe the only reason why Grayson was in first. Maybe Grayson just had a good qualifying run and it was so hard to pass, no one could get by him. For instance, the 20 starting to build a little bit of a gap here. That 6 is hanging in there. I think the 21's gonna be able to hang on now. 21's gonna keep second for now. That 20 car is starting to pull away here from Richmond. As they're gonna work their way off the corner. As the 6 is still there on the 21. There goes the 6 to the inside. Will it be enough though? Outside line's gonna get a run. 21's gonna hang on to it. That 15 car is all over the bumper of the 2 trying to get fourth. There goes the 6 back to the inside. It's too hard to pass though. You need to get a really good run into the corner. Six is still there. Will he be able to get him? That 15's on the inside too right now. Not side by side with anyone at the moment. I think the 21 just cleared him. He did. The 20 car starts to build a little bit of gap, and there's only 15 laps to go from Richmond. The battle is for second right now. I think the 20 car has this in the bag if we don't get a caution. The 21 led so many laps, a heartbreak on pit road. Pit crew, a solid stop, but it wasn't enough to get him off in time. A heartbreak for the 21 if he doesn't come home in victory lane. On the upside, the way he's driving right now, he'll definitely be running for a championship all year long and will be the points leader. He is our points leader right now, actually, I remember. There goes the 6. Can he get by him? I think the 6 is fast enough to run down the 20 if he can get by the 21. But the 21 is stalling everyone up from catching this 20 car. Fighting hard for second, every point matters. As we're all single file at Richmond at the moment. The lead up to about a second. It's just too hard to pass on the inside. Does he go for it? Not this time. He's gonna run out of time though. Only 10 laps to go from Richmond. Any action from the 6, if he wants to get by, is gonna have to be on the high line. Only one car's left to race with mechanical issues. It wasn't a caution. As he's gonna work his way off of turn number 4, coming just a couple more laps to go. The lead has hit a second from Richmond. The 6 is gonna run out of time, I think. One last dive to the inside. If he doesn't get him on this attempt, that outside line once again is gonna be too fast at Richmond. And the 21 able to clear the 6. No, the 6 barely gets his nose in there in the 1 and 2, but the outside line is too fast. Coming off the corner and down the straight. The 15 to the inside. Does he get 4th? It's too late now. The 20 is going to drive away with it. Can the 6 just hang in there and take second, though? It doesn't even matter if he doesn't clear the 21. If he just gets his nose to the line before the 21, he gets the position. He might get him, though. He has a pretty big advantage off that corner. Outside line's going to get a run, but 3 and 4. This is a big run for the outside, is this corner right there. Yeah, but he's side by side for second. And he's going to clear him. Maybe. One last attempt from the 21 to hang on to second. Not going to get it. And Dave Hansen's going to steal second, but the gap is too big for him to run him down by now. Coming to 2 laps to go at Richmond. A lap and a half now. I told you the 6 was fast. He's breaking away. Faster than the 20 right now. And why are we pitting? Problems for the 6. Pit strategy didn't work out. But at the end, Grayson Getz might still get second. They had the pit. They pitted on the last lap. I don't see why you do that. Just bring it back home. But off the final corner, the 20 has just won at Richmond. Chris LaFleur is your Richmond winner. And this will jumble up the pit strategy. After all the pit strategies, Ethan Hansen, who wasn't having a good day, stays out, ends up in 5th. So pit strategy ended up being a huge help for these guys. And a quick reminder about next week's race. Next week, we head to a 1.5 miles. We go to the super speedway version of Atlanta, what should be a very wild race. That's next on the Custom Cup. See you next week. Chris LaFleur wins. We're winding down race weekend here from Richmond. Have a good week.